I'm going to show how to draw this wheel. It's a 10-inch serrated rubber contact wheel with a 1/2-inch shaft and high-speed bearings. First I'll go to the modeling menu. I'm going to open up a new design. I'll start from scratch so you can see everything. In the new design, I'm going to create a new sketch. I'm going to go ahead and create it on this plane here in the front. I'm going to create a 10-inch circle. And now I'm going to extrude the 10-inch circle 2 inches. Back to the front. Now I've got a 2-inch cylinder. Next I'm going to create an offset plane. This one here. Let's get the origin turned on so I can see it. I'm going to grab that. Let me turn this body off real quick. I'm going to grab that plane there, drag it out here, about 5.5 inches looks good. That'll put it just outside the cylinder. Just turn that back on. Alright. Now I'm going to create another sketch on this new offset plane. So I click on it, and what I want to do is come right up the center. I'm going to go from one line to the next. Let me get a little bit closer here just to make it simple. So I'm going to select the line. I'm going to go from right here across to down there. Escape that function. Stop the sketch. There we go, free orbit. I was having trouble there. It wasn't orbiting the way I wanted. Alright, so this is what we have now. We have a cylinder. We have an offset plane here with a diagonal line drawn on it. And then what I'm going to do is extend that line to the cylinder. Because when the diagonal line comes to the cylinder, it's going to be slightly rounded on that one edge, and that's the feature that I'm trying to get to with these steps, is to get to that rounded line, the contours. You can only draw 2D. At least I can only draw 2D. I don't know if it's possible to draw 3D. If it is, I haven't got there yet. I'm still really new at this. So the next thing I'm going to do is extrude that line. Okay, there, they gave it to me. Extrude that. I want to extrude under the extent to the object. Here it highlights so you can select the object. I'm going to select this face back here. Create a new body. That's what I want. Alright. So now we have a line, or we have a body that's made it all the way across there, and it creates the curved line that I want. But I can't use that line yet the way I need to. So I'm going to create another sketch, this time on that plane that I created. I'm going to draw a 3-point arc. Get up here where I can see it, roll it over a bit. And that point to that point, and on the middle. The triangle means I'm on the middle, on the center point. Okay, so now I've got an actual line there, and that's what I needed for my guide path, or for the path. So now that plane's finished. All that was just to get that line drawn on there. Alright, open the browser. We'll close that body. Let's see. We'll go ahead and hide that body. Let me find home here. I'll turn that body back on for a second. I'm upside down. Okay. That's what I want to see right there. Turn that body off. I'm going to create a sketch right here. Let's see, create a sketch right here. I'm going to go just 2 inches straight up. And this will mark the center of the wheel. So I'm just going to go 2 inches straight up. This is going to be the guide path, guide rail. So now what we have, let me turn off the origin. We have this curved line here and a straight line here. Stop that sketch. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn those 2 sketches off for now. Create a new sketch. Let's see. On that face, I'm going to draw a 10-inch circle. I'm going to draw a 9 1/4 inch circle. A 8 1/2 inch circle. A 2-inch circle. A 1 3/8 inch. I'm just going to go up to 3 7. I don't have it to 3 places right now. And a 1-inch circle in the middle. Okay, now that sketch is done. Now what I'm going to do, let me zoom in a little bit here. We get this out of the way for a moment. A little bit closer where you can see. I'm going to draw a couple lines on here so I get the line function. Go over here. I'm going to hit the tab button to go from dimension in inches to the degree window. So there it jumps there. I'm going to put 2.5 degrees in there. Hit enter. The line becomes 2.5 degrees from there. I'm going to repeat the line. Same thing on the bottom side. Just type in get a tab to get to the degree window. Enter 2.5. Enter. Okay. Now I'm going to trim. And trim this out here and here. That was a little long. So you get rid of that one, that one. Go ahead and get rid of that line. And we'll leave this line on here. So we'll leave that right there. Close the sketch. Now I'm going to let me reopen that sketch. I wasn't done. Okay, I'm going to edit that sketch again. I'm going to do a circular pattern. The objects that I want to have in the pattern are these 3 here. Select the center point is here. I want 32 of this pattern. Say OK. Okay, now there is probably a shortcut to this. I don't know what it is yet, so bear with me here for about a minute. I'm going to trim all those out. If somebody knows what it is, feel free to tell me. I'll learn it eventually if there is one. Until then, this is the way that I know, so this is the way that I'll do it. Alright, there we go. Escape that now. We'll stop the sketch. Okay, so what we got there is that. And we're going to use that line there and that line over there. So this is what we've got. We've got this kind of angled line with a curve in it, and then we've got a straight line going up there. Now what we're going to do is a sweep. Go under the create functions, sweep. I'm going to do a sweep plus a guide rail. Select the profile is going to be this one. Select the path is this one. The guide rail is that one. Now if you do it without using a guide rail, the entire thing will sweep along this line and create just a straight sweep without pivoting around this. It just pushes the whole thing into a shape that's not actually a wheel. So you got to have something to pin down the center, and then it will sweep and rotate the pattern up and around on this line. Okay, here it goes. Alright, and that's what we wanted right there. Say OK, accept that. My computer's slow, so it takes time for all the stuff to process. Alright, now I can, oops. Alright, now we've got this serrated outer part, rubber part here. You can spin it around. Look at it. Alright. The rest of it's pretty easy. That part is a little bit complicated. It took me about 3 hours to figure out how to do that, to get all the right combination of actually how to get that line on there with the right curve in it. I finally found a video that showed how to extend too, so that I would get the full contour of that, not just a straight line. Alright, let's go to the hub. Turn the hub back on here in the sketch. Not that one. Not that one. Let's see. That's the one I want. Alright, that's on the bottom side. I'm going to extrude all of those 2 inches to make our hub. So we'll start here. Select that. Hold down the control key for multiple selections. Select, select, select. Right click, extrude. Arrow shows the direction. I'm going to go 2 inches. And I want it to be a new body. Okay. So now we have is a solid hub inside the wheel. I forgot one circle. I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to edit this sketch and add one more circle. Let me back up. Select on there, right click. Alright, let me escape everything. Let's see, right click, edit sketch. I'm going to add an 8-inch circle in there, which I didn't add earlier. Alright, and that'll give the edge of the wheel, stop that sketch. I'll give the edge of the hub. Alright, now I want to, oh, I said stop that, didn't I? It took some time. Alright, I'm going to right click, extrude that down 7/8 of an inch, 0.875. That will leave me 1/8 of an inch on this side, and then when I do it on the other side, it'll be 1/8 of an inch for 1/4 inch web on there. Alright, this piece is going to go down 7/16 of an inch. We'll go down 0.438. We'll go down 0.44. Extrude 0.44. Yes, I want to cut it. This one, I'm going to go all the way through. Extrude. I'm just going to put 3 to make sure it cuts all the way through. Okay, now we've got, this is cut out for the lightening of the wheel and the web. We don't need that much web. This is our bearing, this is our hub and the bearing pocket, and then the hole through for the shaft. Alright, so next we're going to turn off this sketch. I'm going to go ahead and fill it now. Apply a fillet right there. I'm going to do it at 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. I'm going to repeat that fillet right here. What in the heck happened there? Alright, we're going to back up. Something extruded that I didn't want extruded. So we'll just back up a couple steps. Okay, right there. That extruded. Let me get rid of that. I didn't trim good enough, I guess. What in the world did I just get rid of? Alright, that's not working. We will go to I was hoping to do this a lot smoother than this. I have it practiced out so it goes smoother, but still, I've got some headaches. I'm going to trim. Alright. I'll stop that. Okay. Alright, now we will, I guess we'll have to extrude this piece. Multiple select with the control key. Extrude 2 inches down. Alright, I'm starting over, it looks like. I'm going to extrude 0.87 and I'm going to cut it. Then extrude here. Oops. Undo that. Undo's nice. Extrude 0.44. Extrude 3 inches all the way through. Okay, now we'll do the fillet. Where'd that fillet go? It's over here. Let's see, go 0.25 for that. Let me get to it. There we go. 0.25. Alright, I'm going to turn the sketch off. done with those for a moment. And you can see what we've got here now. We've got that's cut out with a nice fillet there. Got the hub and got the bearing pocket with a hole all the way through for the bolt. This side there's nothing, just a flat blank steel with a hole in it. We want to get all this over there. There's a quick way to do it. Going to take a mid plane, so I'll select that face and this face on the other side which matches it. Okay, and then it created a plane which cuts the wheel right down the middle in the half there. Alright, then we're going to do a mirror function under the 3D. And then we select all the faces. Under objects, you select the face, so you select that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And we want to get inside of our pocket, our bearing pocket there, select that one and that one. Alright, so we selected all the faces that we want to move to the other side. Click that. You can click the bearing plane wherever you can get a hold of it. I mean the mid plane wherever you can get a hold of it. Select it. Say OK. See if it did it that quick. It did. Alright, so there that's done. Just flipped it right over there into that. So now your wheel is pretty much finished. We will take these this body here and make it a component just by doing that. Select it, right click, make it a component, brings it down here. You can rename it if you want to down there. I'm going to right click, give it a physical property. You can give it physical and appearance properties. This actually goes into the record of the part and tells what the material is for someone that wants to build it. They just look at the physical property and it comes up in their drawing. Drag it over, drop it on. Now it is 6061 aluminum, and it's, hit enter, and it's in the record and everything. So if you were to export that, somebody would know that that's supposed to be 6061 aluminum. And it will give this one a physical property. Under plastic, we will use the black rubber. Where there, black rubber. Enter. Let me turn off that mid plane. Oops. Alright, and there we have our aluminum hubbed wheel, nice and filleted, with a serrated black rubber contact surface. Next thing I want to do is add a bearing to it. Come up here to insert, go to McMaster's car. Get a bearing. I want to get a ball bearing, a high load ball bearing. I want a double sealed with an 1 3/8 outside. Let's see, 1/2 inch inside, 7/16 wide. And looks like we got one choice. We'll go to part details. You can either order it right here if that's what you want to do. 1682 each. What I want to do is go down here and get the CAD file so that I can insert it. You can insert nearly all of these. Well, you can't insert the PDF, but you can insert all these are CAD files. I like to work with the step. I'm familiar with it, but there's other formats that are okay. Alright, so now it just brought a complete bearing. I'm going to pull it out so we can look at it. Turn this off. Brought a complete bearing CAD file. Let's see if we get up close. You can see the seals and the bearings, the balls, the cage, everything's in there. Oops. I don't want that on. I forgot to turn that off in the beginning. Alright, now double click that, and I'll right click it, say move it. I'm going to do a point to point move. I'm going to hover over this face. When I hover over the face, let me get in an angle where we can see better. When I hover over the face, you see the center highlights, but when you move towards it, it goes away. So you hold down the control key, it stays, and you go up there and you select it. Now I want to move it into this hole so that it's so that surface right there is flush with this surface. So I'll hover right here, use the control key, bang, it's in. Say OK. Now the bearing's in position. Now I want to do another bearing, and you can just copy and paste, but that creates problems because the copy stays linked to the original, so anything you change, it can mess up. I mean, I've had trouble make 4 or 5 copies, and then I change one, and then it changes all of them, so it took me a while to figure out that I needed to paste new. So what I'll do is I'll highlight that, right-click, copy, and you come over to the top component level of your drawing, your assembly there, and you right-click on it, and you come down to paste new, and that breaks ties with the original, so that you don't have. Alright, let's rotate it around a little bit too far. Alright, just grab it, drag it through. I'm going to do a point to point, so I know that that's the point in there. Even though you can't see it, it's in there. And then right there, control key, in, and that's it. So we have a complete wheel assembly designed and built up. Now you can share that. It's ready to build now. I mean, you could export this right now and somebody could build it from that. CAD, CNC build it right from there. Okay, we're gonna let's see. Alright, let me save it, I guess. That's probably the problem. Let me give it a name. Save it. Let's call it Serrated Wheel. Alright, now I can share it. Create a public link. Wow, that's really slow. Let's try that once more. Share public link. There we go. That's better. Click on there. Share latest version anyone. Allow item to be downloaded, or you can put a password on it. I'll just put up share. Alright, so I copied that link. I'll close that. Let's close this. There's my frog. My kids like frogs, and so they put that on for me. Alright, now we'll paste the link into your browser. Hit enter. And sometimes you'll see in some of my videos I might put this link in there. If you click on the link, it'll open up in your browser to a page like this. And you can look it over. You can't really build anything from this picture, but here it comes. Slowly. Alright, so there it is. Then you can use these controls down here. I'm going to do free orbit. You can zoom with your track wheel. To rotate, I use the shift key and push down on the track wheel, and that rotates it around. And you can change some of the other views and stuff like that. What I'm going to do now is explode it. So I hit the explode, hit the explode slider. And you can see then that it's all blowed out. The bearings opened up. Seals. Everything came out. And then if you want to download it, you emailed that link to somebody, or if you see that link in one of my videos or drawings, you can download it in the format you want. I usually download it in step. Sometimes a person might download it in like a DXF to use for their CNC. Or whatever they want. Let me show another cool feature real quick while we're in this. And then if you want to make a drawing of this, some of the stuff this thing goes really quick to make drawings. You can just create a drawing from, well, let's see, we'll turn that off. We'll create a drawing from just this wheel, just the hub. So I've selected one component. And this is where you need to change your bodies to components, or your parts, once you get them designed. I don't know what that meant. It's the first time I've run into that. Alright, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. Ooh. That's too big. Let's cut it down to half. Alright, then we'll just plop that over there. Say OK. I'll do a view here and drag it down right there so we can look at it. Hit enter, get rid of that. Okay, that shows the wheel and everything. Then you can dimension the wheel. Oops, that wasn't right. You can dimension your diameters. Stuff like that. You can add a parts list. Put a parts list down here. Shows component 2. If you want to give it a description, you give it a description in back earlier. You can go into properties and write a description in there. You can see that it's made from material is aluminum 6061 like we selected, so that carries through. Here you can do whatever you want there. Anyway, that's what I've been playing with. Take care, have a great day.